What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and today we're going to be talking about the new Eclipse DLC for Black Ops 3 arriving on April 19th for PS4 first, and around a month later for Xbox and PC. And I never got a chance to see any gameplay or anything of this. I don't know what they showed in the live stream. I wasn't available to watch it when they premiered with the live stream. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on, whatever they showed, depending on the maps that they showed and what they look like. I didn't really get to see them, but all I know from them is the descriptions and the pictures that we see online. So I wanted to talk about that and discuss my thoughts. But first of all, as most of us and many know, the Awakening DLC for Black Ops 3, the multiplayer maps weren't that great. In my own honest opinion, Splash looked great. It ended up playing like garbage, and there was a lot of glitches and exploits, which will probably most likely be in Eclipse as well. Don't expect to see that in there, people. Expect to see some glitches on at least one of the maps. I guarantee it, because honestly, it happened with Awakening DLC, and on Xbox, when it actually released a month later, the glitches were still there on Splash. They fixed them on the PlayStation 4, but then released the same DLC for, I hope the glitches are fixed now. I don't know, because for the Awakening DLC, all I do is play the Zombies map whenever I want to, and if I'm going to play multiplayer, I just unplug my hard drive, which I already made a video discussing on how you do that. But I don't even play the DLC multiplayer maps, because I don't think that Awakening DLC was that great, to be honest. The Zombies map was excellent, as always, with Treyarch Zombies maps, but the actual maps for the multiplayer kind of, it sucked. Skyjacked, I never liked Hijacked. I went into this all over again. But anyways, with these maps, I wanted to discuss them and my first thoughts from the pictures that we've seen. And of course, we got the new Zombies map, ZETSUBOU no SHIMA, however you say that map. I don't even know how to say it. The other one was more confusing in the Awakening DLC. But anyways, so we got this map called Spire. And Spire, honestly, when you look at it, at first from the picture, it looks exactly like Skyjack, to be honest. So I don't know what they were thinking there. Skyjack isn't a great map. And I don't know how Spire's going to play. It doesn't seem that great, and plus there's going to be giant, huge map fatalities where it says plummeting back to the stratosphere. I mean, come on, Treyarch. Who likes map fatalities, really? Honestly, that map sounds like garbage, so already we're getting off at a bad start here. Then we have Rift, which it says it's a military complex. Now, remember the last military complex that we ended up receiving in the DLC? Compound in Advanced Warfare. Well, first of all, Advanced Warfare was a complete shit show of a game, but on top of that, Compound was one of the worst DLC maps ever. I mean, not only do you have the chaos of the Advanced Warfare exosuit, but now you're playing, the map, in all honesty, was garbage. It really was, in Advanced Warfare. I did not enjoy playing on that. And we got another military complex map here. I don't know, why is everything set in the military here? Because Splash was a cool idea, it just didn't turn out to be well, and I understand where they're going, but if they're making the games more in the future, make them the games in the past, and then we could see some military complexes. I don't know about all these, tunnels and tight, intense engagements. I don't know, Rift just doesn't sound great to me. Let's move on. Knockout is a map that looks like something out of World at War, to be honest. It's like a kung fu, I guess, type of map. It's a lot of, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks something like out of World at War, though. And honestly, when I first looked at it, I thought it was Castle being remade because of the way the buildings looked. But then, upon further looking at it, obviously it's not Castle, but it looks like Castle. It looks like something out of World at War. But then, come to find out that the next map is called VERGE, and it's apparently a World at War map called Banzai. Now, I obviously played World at War, but I never played it in its prime. I played it probably around when Black Ops 1-ish was out. I got World at War at the same time. But it was a DLC maps, and I never got the DLC maps, so I never played on Banzai. But apparently, from what I'm hearing, Banzai was one of the worst maps in the game. So why are they bringing back this map? Now, hang on a second. maybe this map could turn out to play very well in Black Ops 3. They tested out all the World at War maps, and they said, you know what, this map that we created back in World at War actually works well in Black Ops 3. So they decided to make the map, you know what I'm saying? Or they just completely threw it in there to kind of throw us off. Who knows what it is? But honestly, I don't think a lot of people knew about this one. I knew of that. I didn't know this map, and I was like, what the hell is Banzai? I don't know what that is. And I obviously, like I said, I didn't play World at War in its prime, and the only DLC I think I have for that game is the last one where you get Deriz, because I got it for the Zombies map. I don't know what DLC this was in, but this map sounds okay if the map was good. I don't know. I never played on it, so I can't judge it. But Knockout looks like the best one, honestly, from this, because it looks bright and colorful. It's like it's set in a kung fu area. It really does actually look good, and I thought it looked like Castle the first time. The first two maps, Spire and Rift, they don't look that great, and Rift kind of reminded me of a military complex with the Compound and Advanced Warfare. I never liked that map. I don't like that game. And Spire, going back to Skyjack, is just going to give me headaches with the stupid spawns. I don't think, and plus with the map fatalities, screw that map. So the multiplayer maps, hopefully they could be better than the first map, DLC, Awakening. Please, Treyarch, make these maps better than the Awakening DLC, because you can't, on PS4 at least, you can't uninstall it. And on Xbox, like I said, I have it on my hard drive so I could unplug and replug, but it's just stupid how there's no disable DLC option when the maps suck. Now, moving over to the Zombies map, Zombies is always a great experience, especially with the last Zombies map where you got to do a lot, but this one, it actually sounds really good, and it sounds honestly better than the last one, and the last one was excellent, I thought, in my own opinion. You just need a lot of people to play the Zombies map with, and then you'll just have a great time. But ZETSUBOU no SHIMA actually reminds me of Shinonuma, like in the name, and that's what I first thought. Maybe I thought it was going to be like some sort of a remake of that with built-on experience, but apparently this map has to deal with being on the Pacific Island and researching with elements of 115 and all that stuff, and it sounds really good, and apparently there's going to be some sort of new transportation system coming in there too. There's going to be a lot of new things, and they like to add a lot of new things in with Zombies, so I think this is going to be another great Zombies experience. And honestly, like I say in every DLC that Treyarch comes out with, even with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, you know, we had like the multiplayer maps, and I thought, you know, I think I got 2 of the Black Ops 1 map packs back when that came out, and the multiplayer maps were okay, depending on what they were, and sometimes they were really excellent, but the Zombies experience in Treyarch always hits hard with everyone, and honestly, like I even predicted, or not predicted, but said this a while back, that Treyarch should honestly not every year, but, well, every Treyarch year, I guess, should make a new Zombies experience game. So, you know, like, let's say they release their multiplayer game, they should release Zombies as a separate game, so if you just want to buy the Zombies, you can, because honestly, I probably would do that and spend a lot of the time in Zombies, because that sounds like the best experience. But anyways, that's it for this video. Leave your comments below on what you think about the multiplayer maps so far. And like I said, I think that Knockout looks like the best one out of all of them. And hopefully, I think that one's probably going to be the best. But then yet again, I did predict that Splash would be the best one from the other one. And that one was complete. Well, I mean, it looked nice, but it wasn't the worst one out of the map pack. But it definitely wasn't that great of a map. And neither was any of the Awakening DLC maps. And so, you know, people spend, I think this map pack is $14.99, and with the Season Pass, you obviously get it for free, but the Season Pass is $50. Make the maps worthwhile. Make maps that people want to buy. If you come out and say Raid is going to be available, then I think a lot more people would be, you know, more tuned into that than saying, like, oh, the classic World at War map Banzai is going to be available. I didn't know what Banzai was. A lot of people probably didn't even know. I mean, Thunder, look at Thunder. He even had to look up what Banzai was because nobody knows what it is. Maybe it was a favorite to one of the Treyarch developers, and they said, oh, you know, this map looks great. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll have to see how this DLC turns out on April 19th, and then probably like May 19th or around the same week for Xbox and PC. And so, yeah, that's it. I'll see you on the next video. I'm NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.